And now we got, ooh, Floppyfail versus Kazii. This will be the last set of our block. But these are where these matches are getting close. You can tell by like the seedings how close they are. Now this is like projected, no upsets, no DQs needed. And the winner of this one will be moving on to, I think it should be winners top 32. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, no longer top 16. Correctly listed as top 32 now. We appreciate that. Way to go. I love Collision. They're so on top of their stuff. They're doing the right things. All right. But anyway, we do have this last match for us to happen right here. And again, Kazii versus Floppyfail. And this is going to be an interesting one, right? Samus is like still a really good character. I think it's just not as explored as much nowadays. Like a lot of people are starting to learn because you have people like Icy Mist and Tarek who are really wait, no, not Tarek. It's Siski. Yeah, excuse me. Siski, who are like really showcasing, you know, how good this character actually is. I wouldn't be surprised if Tarek actually has a decent Samus. He's really good in the game. But there's still a lot to learn. But obviously, game to watch we've been familiar with for a while. The A24 is kind of funny. Like sometimes fighting Game & Watch feels like you're watching an A24 film.
Oh no! Surprise ending, twist ending. Oh man, and it's just like it's also rough too, because like it's the bucket game as well. They have to be so aware about. But obviously, that wasn't even reading a book. That was like the next chapter. Like the down air was just not even close. But Kazii trying to keep alive using the uppies as well. Does connect to at least Samus, one of the heavier characters, up there as well. So doing the best to stay alive and as well as use that like the down B, and that actually caught. Wow. Yeah,
that's the other thing too with Kazii here is he's doing a really good job of dealing with the ledge trap. Samus, potentially the best ledge trap character in the game. She's got so much stuff to set up here, especially with that. And there you go, actually. Gonna be able to catch him that time. That's something that's tough to do, especially when Game Watch is recovering. It's just so free for him sometimes. But costly air dodge, gonna get a grab in here, some decent damage, and now you got a lead after losing that first stock.
Yeah, and a huge one, in fact. Bucket's not in time at all. That's a regrab. Of course, go above the stage.
Yeah. I understand what he's doing. Like, he's trying to bucket the down B and just try to get that built up. And while like it works in theory right now, you've kind of done it twice. You've kind of shown your hand for it. And Floppyfail's been doing a really good job of scouting that out. Look at that. Big stock. I think that was a nair. Either a nair or back air. They both kick in silly ways. But now Floppy's got a great lead here.
Yeah, you can just kind of play back constantly, just throwing out like the semi-charges to keep Kazii guessing. And so far, Kazii has not been able to get any of those buckets in. And all of a sudden, it's like a real rough kind of constantly mixing up there. And we're seeing the shield being forced out over time again as Kazii feeling the pressure as Floppyfail continues on forward. What a momentum change.
So that was one stock from Kazii, and then there's 3 straight stocks from Floppy. Is that what I saw?
Yeah, basically.
All right. I think he might have a coach, and I think he thumbs up like, hey, man, I'm good.
I think I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was really strong. There's actually one stock earlier here, too, that I thought was really dope. Or at least the start of a combo. He started combo, and then he, like, neutral. He did side B, but the strong missile. And because, like, it stalls in place for a little bit, too, it actually was right in position for Kazii to just kind of get hit by it. So Kazii definitely has to take a little bit more note about what's going on here. We're going to see the switch to the Black Game & Watch, and also a smaller stage. So it will be a little bit easier for him to actually, you know, kind of pin Floppy down and try to get some damage here. But honestly, I do not think this is a bad stage for Samus and Dark Samus at all. Like, this is actually really solid for him. They control so much of the stage in general.
Yeah. I mean, because like you're like on theory, they have less area to run, but also,
I mean, that's free stock. That could have been a free shield there too.
Yeah. So it's a little bit of a pressure situation, but at the same time, Floppyfail is just playing so unscared and secured the stock. It's like a flashback to stock number 1, and yes, you do keep the bucket even when you get your stock taken. So Floppyfail is aware of that one and just going for the air to air. Ooh!
And okay, that should do it. Okay, there's, you know what? It was actually kind of close. Like, Just a little bit. Not like actually kind of close, but like I feel like if they were like at center stage, you probably would have just been able to survive. I don't know. It didn't feel like it was definitely 100% confirmed. Like that was definitely gonna take the stock. Personally, I would have went for the down smash just for the extra damage and then forward smash, but that's just me.
Yep. It worked out, so thankfully for Kazii, because Floppyfail coming back and being able to go for it. I love that little up tilt. Oh no, that's a 1. That's going to be some self-damage and a good amount of it as well. And now continue the pressure on forward, unscared, unceremoniously. I love that, trying to catch the tech with the neutral air. Well, 1-2 hits with the kicks and let the shield drop a little too early. Not even getting the parry timer as well. Catches the jump. Floppyfail is continuing this on forward, even with the Zair as well. Kazii is looking mighty lost right now.
Dude, Floppy's actually just kind of kicking ass, to be real. Like, this is just looking like such a good set right now. And especially, like, I feel like playing against a good Dark Samus or Samus in bracket is, like, such a nightmare scenario, because the thing is Floppy, you know, is doing a really good job controlling their space, you know, getting their movement in, not committing to anything too crazy, but they're also ready to box, and, like, they're getting some strong hits in there, too. So it's going to be tough for whoever Floppy has to face next. But Kazii still not out for sure.
Still not out of it. It's a big moment, but still able to make it back. Great read, just wasn't the right timing, unfortunately. Up smash, one of those great moves, but it's a little slow in coming out. And that's just gotta be watch out for it. And this is what I'm scared about. Floppyfail has so much rage now. And we've seen how well they've been able to just kind of keep on moving forward. Like, look at this movement, the confidence as well. Lets it go, and Kazii was not ready for that one.
Yep, and a little bit of the awkward handshake at the end. That's the FGC special. One person goes for a fist bump, the other one goes for a handshake, and then there's like a weird mix of like, was it a dap? Was it a regular handshake? Why didn't he fist bump me? Just a series of thoughts going through the head, but Floppyfail still coming out on top. Does not matter.
Oh, man.
And that's the thing, man. I think part of the problem here is Kazii was jumping too much, too. And like, Floppy, I definitely took a lot. There's actually like the last stock for sure. It's just jumped, and I get it. I mean, he's got some good aerials, but I think the big secret to Game & Watch is actually being able to stay so grounded. And if you watch other good Game & Watches like Meister and Mia, they do a really good job of just like dashing back and forth and just trying to get like bait you into something. They want, obviously the goal is to put you above them, but they don't jump as much as like other Game & Watches from what I see.
And we're kind of seeing why you don't do that exactly, especially like a specialist like Samus, who is able to get those range attacks in. And yeah, like it's like the confidence boost that like Kazii has, like, oh, I got a bucket, I could probably do something with it. And then Floppyfail just like kept pushing forward with the aggression and just able to seal out the stock. And sure, little funky thing right there. And even Floppyfail tried to mash out of that one. It looked a little scary there. I was like, there is a chance that Floppyfail's actually able to live throughout that one. But at the same time, Floppyfail just like honestly just did not respect the bucket. And for a good reason too. He was just like, okay, Kazii's not gonna
it was hardly a problem.
Yeah.
And every time Kazii actually threw out the bucket for the most part, he wasn't getting anything. So it's like Floppy just knew the best way to play around it. There you go. See the weird awkward. Like grab your fingers. I think Kazii was trying to dap and Fail was trying to handshake. So it becomes the weird like, nice to meet you.
The worst one is like it just comes like this, and it's like, and then they switch all of a sudden.
they switch and it just turns into this.
Yeah, it's like, oh, thanks.
All right, well, that is going to be our last set here. It was a fun time casting with you again, Wolfie. Always a pleasure. But we are going to be getting into our next casters and also the top 32. But before we get there, thank you for tuning in to Fusion. If you happen to be in the New Jersey area, especially Rahway, obviously not New Jersey, it is a bit of a larger state, I guess. But if you happen to be in this area, definitely come check out Fusion. It's every Monday, 6 p.m. doors open. You know, it's in an arcade as well. So like if you fall out of bracket early, there's a Buster side bracket as well if you're a Buster. And you can also just play arcade games, and also the vibe's just cool. So you can always just pull